Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams, and if you're watching this, then you already know this is the reaction / ratings to the Everton Burnley game, which Everton won 3-1. As of recording, I've just come upstairs from the game, hence the smile. Blown away. My thoughts on the game: I thought we started poorly. I was a little bit dubious for those who caught the pre-match stream of the five at the back, and I still think I was proven right to be dubious. I don't think we played very well at the five. We invited too much pressure on in the first half. The first half just absolutely, I can't imagine many people will have said that's the best half they've ever seen of football. It was a bit meh. I will say this: Burnley do kick chunks. Burnley were kicking chunks, and Atkinson was having a poor game, I thought. But so were Everton, so were we. So it was, it's one of them. When Ben Mee's goal went in, I'm not gonna lie, lads, I thought something's got to change here because we could end up losing it. Michael Keane obviously gets his goal. Really, really good header. Good cross from Townsend. That sort of changed Townsend's game like that, different player. Then we obviously took Ben Godfrey off, brought Gomez on. We changed shape as well at that point. I think we'd gone for a 4-3-3 with the Corey being allowed to move a little bit more forward, and that just really changed the game. And then that 10 minutes from Ben Mee scoring, that 20 minutes from Ben Mee scoring to just Michael Keane getting the equaliser was crazy. Andros Townsend with an absolute worldie. Those who caught the pre-match, I did say, Andros Townsend is due a worldie because we all saw him at the bar on the pre-season, and oh my gosh, what a strike! I know Decore was robbed with not being in the goal of the month last month, but there is no way Andros Townsend's goal does not win goal of the month. It will take something special to beat that, because that's unreal. And then from then, I think Burnley just fallen apart. Damari Gray, Decore spotted him, he ran through, slotted the ball past the keeper, really well taken. Damari Gray really well finding the space between the centre backs, pace for days, really well taken goal as well. It was just him and the keeper one-on-one, a lot of composure to be able to slot that, really, really great. The second half, just fantastic. The shades of Southampton, I guess. First half was a bit a second half, I mean, unbelievable. Credit to Rafa for changing the formation and shape again. I said in the pre-match, the one when I was saying that when I was ragging on the five, and I was ragging on it, and I'll stick to it. I still do think it's an awful formation, five at the back for us three. But I did say fair play to Rafa. He will change it if he doesn't think it's working, and he did change it because it wasn't working. So again, he's done it again. Fair play to him, but also big applause to the crowd, because Atkinson getting it wrong was winding them up. The display was winding them up, and once the crowd got a bit fired up and a bit ready, I think that contributed massively to how we played. Goodison was rocking as well. It was fantastic. I think that's one thing that really does go understated, is how much we missed the crowd last year. It is so good to hear Goodison roar again, and the players react to it really, really well. It's fantastic. That has got to be one of the best 10 minutes. I mean, I was going to say of recent memory, but I'm pretty sure the Tottenham Cup game last year, there were goals that came in 10 minutes there. But it's fantastic. It was brilliant. We also saw Solomon Rondon, didn't manage to get a goal, but did contribute slightly towards the end. At one point he was out on the wing for, I think it was Gomez's pass, and I was like, to my family, we were watching, I was like, he's not the man you want out there. You need him in the box to be crossed. But he looked okay when he came on, but yeah, I thought it was fantastic. The second half anyway, it was a real, without trying to let the emotion get too much, it was a real Jekyll and Hyde. It was a really poor first, but it was a fantastic second, which is why I'm buzzing, and why I've got to keep remembering to think of it as remember the first half, because don't want to be a killjoy, but rose tinted spectacles and all that. It was an amazing second half. looking at the stats for the game as well, because you know I love my stats. We did have slightly more possession than Burnley, but in the first half I think it was all in possession wise, and they were just hard. But fair play to Burnley. Before I carry on, very aggressive, very just in your face, typical Burnley. For what they try and do, they do it very well. They come and they just disrupt you. Our expected goals was 1.46 to their 138, 14 shots to their 11, 14 chances created to their 10. We had 4 shots off target, 6 on target, same as them. They had 6 on target and 3 off. There's not much in it really between the expected goals and shots and that, but it's the quality that matters, and it was fantastic. It was just amazing. Burnley had more long balls than us, which is expected. We only had 60 to their 79, and they had a lot more crosses. But that's the Burnley style. I think going forward, he has to sort of realise now that 5 at the back isn't for us. He's tried it twice. Both times it's not been. Don't get me wrong. The first half wasn't awful. We didn't go a goal down, but it wasn't great. We let Burnley. For some reason, we just don't push out quick enough. And we're not quick enough once we win the ball in the transition. For me, it takes too long for the players to start getting up the field. It takes too long for the fullbacks to start contributing to play. But yeah, it was fantastic second half. You're not going to hear me complain about the second. Well, you could argue Ben Mee's goal, but in the grand scheme of things, it does not matter. Like I said, this is the review and the rating, so I'll do the ratings now. Starting off with Pickford, I'm gonna give him a 6 points. I'm gonna give him a 7. I'll do them all out of 10. I'll try not to do points, but I'll give him it'd be a 6.5, I reckon. But to round it up, I'll give him a 7. I thought his distribution was quite good. There were a couple of times, one towards the end to Luca Dean, where it was straight on Luca Dean's foot. Really, really good distribution by Pickford. I think he's just had a good game. Yerry Mina, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna do points. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Thought he had a solid game. There was a point towards the end where I thought he was gonna pull down one of the Burnley lads. I think it might have been Charlie Taylor, but Allen came in and sort of took the ball away. But Mina, very good game. Chris Wood, I wondered what the battle would be like with Chris Wood. Very, very good from Mina. Godfrey, I'm going to give like a 6.5, 6.8, 6.8 I'm going to give. He played well, but he played okay. I think he just had an okay game today. Michael Keane, I'm going to give him an 8 because he got the goal, and there were a couple of times I was a bit nervous he was going to give a goal away. There was a back pass in the first half to Pickford that Pickford just didn't want, but he didn't let it didn't bog down. He didn't, I'm going to give him an 8. Now we move on to the fullbacks. Seamus Coleman, I'm going to give a 7. I think he just played okay. 7. He just played okay for me. He didn't, do absolutely loads, but he didn't do anything badly. He had an alright pass success. And there were a couple of times he was really pushing down that right hand side. So I think that's a fair, about average score. Allen, I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Absolutely love Allen. I think he's sort of like, he was Benitez's general, and he sort of was Ancelotti's last year. He was weirdly the most foul player in the match, and he had the most tackles in the match with 2 successful tackles. But he's just so good defensively. He's so good, and not just that, but with the ball as well. He's just, I really like Allen. He's just aggressive. He's rough. He's everything I'd want in my midfielder. Speaking of midfielders, though, we'll move on to Decore. I'm gonna have to give this man a 9. Bordering on maybe a 9.5. Absolutely fantastic. 2 assists. I think he was man of the match. Sky gave it to Townsend, who we'll get on to in a minute. But if you're asking me, I think Abdoulaye Doucouré is my man of the match. He created the most chances in the match with 4. Got 2 assists. He had a slow first half. There were a couple of times he won possession, but then was sloppy to pass it. But his second half, fantastic. What a player Abdoulaye Doucouré is. Unreal. He's another midfielder I love. and I know a couple of lads on the channel like James love him as well. So, you know, Luca Dean, I'm gonna give Luca Dean a 7. I don't think I think he's having a slow start to the season. He created 4 chances in the match as well, so the same as Decore. I think he's having a slightly slow start to the season though, and his distribution hasn't always been as good as we expect. Not saying he's having a poor, but I think we expect a lot higher of him because of what he normally provides us. So I'm going to give Digne a 7. Townsend, I'm going to give, I mean, if I'm giving Decore, I'm probably going to give Decore a 9.5 to a 10. Townsend, I'm going to have to give a 9 to. A goal and an assist, an absolutely great cross, something we know he's capable of, but a thunderbolt goal as well, fantastic. I thought he'd had a sloppy first half. I think everyone had a poor first half, but hit really great in the second. Richarlison, I'm going to give just a 7. I didn't think he, I think he'd have loved to get amongst the goals, but he didn't. I think he struggled sometimes. There was a nice bit of play between him and Coleman, but Coleman was offside for it. I think Richie slightly struggled in this game, so I'm going to give him a 7. Damari Gray, I'm going to give it an 8 2. Really, really good goal. One of our better players. You know, even in the first half, I thought he was one of our better players. He had the most accurate passes to play 45 minutes or more with 91% accurate passing. But not just that, it's what he provides. His first touch from a couple of Pickford's crosses, long balls, goal kicks were good. But that goal, the way he splits the defenders, pace and then the composure, you'd be surprised how many players who aren't out and out strikers miss those type of chances. I won't rate Rondon and Iwobi because I don't think they got enough game time for me to fairly judge them. Gomez, I'm gonna give him a. Gomez is tough because when he came on, I don't think he really he made the system change, and that's what led to the sort of barrage of goals. But I don't think he personally did enough to get a 7. I'm going to give him a 6.8. His passing accuracy was good. He helped change the system slightly. Big up Rafa Benitez as well. I know I was one of his critics. So I'm holding till the end of the season to say I'm wrong. But so far he's proven me wrong. And the manager for changing the shape once again and reacting to the game. He gets, I mean, a 9 because he changes the game again. But yeah, really, really good performance overall. They're all my match ratings. Like I said, I won't do Iwobi and Rondon because they didn't get much time, and I don't feel like that's very fair to judge them. You know, I think Rondon came on in the 86th, and I only saw a glimpse of him with the ball. And Iwobi, I don't know if Iwobi even touched the ball, in all honesty. Because I think he came on in the 88th, so I'm not going to judge the two lads who've come on. I think that's, you know, slightly harsh to judge them on. But really, really impressed. Absolutely buzzing. So yeah, that's all I've got time for though. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below who your man of the match was. I've said mine was Decore. And let us know who you think played really well, who you didn't think played well. I will just say this, please, please, please leave the 5 back alone. Don't play it again, it doesn't work. I'm very happy to have a 4 back. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, all seem to be doing well. Just leave the 5 back alone. But yeah, don't forget to comment down below, or let me know if you think I'm wrong and you think the 5 back suits us. But most importantly, let me know your thoughts on the game, your man of the matches. How buzzing are you? Share the happiness, share the, you know, the high spirits of this. And don't forget, you can get any of your Everton merchandise if you haven't got it already. So kits, mugs, magnets for your fridge, if they're still a thing. Do people still put magnets on their fridge? Let us know that as well. You can get them through the Everton Direct, the link in the description down below. Massively helps out the channel. If you're going to buy them anyway, just do it through the link. It costs you nothing, it helps us out massively. We really appreciate it. And most importantly, stay safe, Blues. And the next one's next Saturday, live on telly again. Hopefully this time it won't be full of Ronaldo in the preview bit. But yeah, enjoy your week, Blues. Up the Toffees.